Alright, now let's just see how this works out. Let's try turning it on. Alright, just making sure everything is working out okay. So, how's it going, everyone? Foxy Carnage here. It's obviously been a good while since I've done a live stream on Fridays, particularly, Friday nights, but this is going to be, if you've read the title of this stream, and by now you probably have, maybe you haven't, it's just going to be a one-off stream. I'm not going to continue this next week, unless you guys really want me to. But as you can see, this is the Nintendo GameCube. It's one of my favorite systems of all time, besides maybe the Game Boy Advance and the PlayStation 2. Obviously, I didn't have a PlayStation 2 as a kid. I didn't get... Oh, man. I don't even think I got my own PlayStation 2 until I was like 20. Yeah, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I got my own PlayStation 2. And of course, it had to be the slim model for obvious reasons. Fat ones don't work as well as they used to at one point. But anyways, enough about that. The Nintendo GameCube. It is a console that I have had as a kid, but the one that I'm using at the moment, I got a few weeks ago. I ordered it off of eBay. And the reason I wanted to do a live stream and do more stuff, and also, more importantly, get a GameCube again, is because of a recent playthrough. Well, I say recent, it was uploaded like a few months ago. A series of Let's Play videos from the Runaway guys recording the original Luigi's Mansion. Now, I did have a copy of that game at one point. It was actually one of the first games I got with my GameCube, along with Super Mario Sunshine, and there was another one. I believe it was, let me see, I should have it in this holding case of games that I have. If I remember correctly, should be here. I only have very few games now. I really need to start collecting for the GameCube again. Considering it doesn't get, the games I want don't get too expensive. They're not super so, but you know what I mean. Did I pass it? I must have, because I don't see it here. Here it is. The only other game that I got when I first got my GameCube, besides Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, was this game called Disney's Magical Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse. It's a Disney Capcom game. It was actually one of the last games that Capcom made for Disney, and it was an original property with, the voice of the late Wayne Allwine performing the voice of Mickey Mouse. It's a game that I don't think, while it's not anything special or groundbreaking nowadays, it's not really as bad as people might make it sound like it is, even though, I can understand if they don't like it. Really, I think the hate behind this game was that I think people were really just disappointed that it wasn't a 3D platformer like everyone thought it was going to be, like something like, say, I don't know, maybe Jak and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank. Well, okay, maybe not on the same level as those games, but it's still a good game in my opinion. Also, just thought I'd mention real quick, if the quality of my voice sounds a little bit different, is because I'm not using my Blue Yeti microphone this time. Instead, I'm using this old, worn Turtle Beach Xbox 360 headset that I have connected to my PC. And there you go. I'm using the mic off of this because it's easier in my opinion. And I don't want to have to hunch over in front of the Blue Yeti just to make sure you guys can hear me okay. But, anyways, the point of this stream is that I'm going to be going through a good majority of the GameCube games that I have, and I'm going to be reliving some childhood memories. That is definitely going to be the case with some of these games, as for some of these games, though, I didn't get them as a kid. Some of them I didn't get until I was a teenager when, when GameStop was still selling GameCube, PS2, and original Xbox games. Sadly, they're not anymore, of course, but some of these games I did get during a time when they were still being sold. So that this should be interesting. Now, I've got a couple of different games here that I could go through, but since I'm not really going to be going through them in any particular order, I'm going to start with one that I have had basically ever since I got my GameCube in I think it was either 2002 or 2003 when I got it. Actually, you know what? It had to have been 2003 because by that point, Mario Sunshine was already out. So, and that Magical Mirror game that I was talking about that everybody hates for some reason, I've decided I'll start with that. And I'll just switch to a random game when I'm ready to call it quits. So, let's just, let's check the calendar. Okay, that's actually surprisingly accurate for the GameCube to keep track of time and the proper date. So at least I don't have to reset it when I plug it in, like the PS2 does. Take that, PS2. That's the same. There's nothing in slot A, so I don't have to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and put the game in and just go through some childhood memories. Well, some of my childhood memories. Now, the quality of this isn't going to look very good simply because the GameCube model that I have is the DOL 101, where it only has analog AV instead of digital AV as well. Which I think if you have a model that has that kind of output, you could basically hook it up and have it with HDMI capture. Well, maybe one of these days I might get another one that actually has that. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's just start the game. Now, of course, the way I'm looking at it on the actual screen itself, it's obviously reversed, and we're gonna go normal mode. Yes, I know. Yeah, remember the days when you had to. Well, let's turn rumble off because since I'm using a Wavebird, I'm not going to be able to feel any rumbling. Yeah, take that as you will. But at least it does save. And yeah, remember the days when you had to use memory cards to save your games? Kids today, yeah, I know I'm sounding old when I say this, but a lot of kids who play video games nowadays have it lucky with the console saving all that data. Then again, it really does go to show how far gaming has come since the late 90s and early 2000s. Anyway, new game. Now, when I played this game for the first time, I'll admit I was a little disappointed because, like most people, I was expecting that it would be some kind of special 3D platformer, but it's not. It's actually a how do I say that? How do I describe this? If anybody out there has ever played the first two Clock Tower games on the Super Famicom slash Super Nintendo and the PlayStation, respectively, gameplay wise, this is similar to that in some ways, but this is not a survival horror game. It's mostly just a point and click style game where you use a controller instead of a mouse. And the reason you don't use a mouse in this game is because, well, as far as I know, there was no such mouse accessory used for the Nintendo GameCube. There was for the Nintendo 64, though. And the only time I've ever heard of it being most efficient was, I believe there was this disc drive exclusive game called Mario Artist, which I believe is a is meant to be a is meant to be like a spiritual successor to Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo, which I played on emulation, since it's more responsive in my opinion using an actual mouse and keyboard. That makes it more efficient that way, in my opinion. It's a little impractical if you try to use the physical hardware now. Just saying, sometimes emulation just does the job better. Sometimes. And yeah, we're just going through doors here. That's why I'm not really talking about the game too much. But like I said, this is nothing more than just in my opinion, a fun little a fun little point and click style adventure. Even though some might think it's a little impractical without a mouse. And no, I don't mean this mouse. Yeah, and you can also see that Mickey, but his mouth is not moving. Actually, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I doubt you can. And if you can't, well, sorry. Stop right there. Oh, you swung and you missed. It's kind of stuffy in here now that I think about it. Stop right there. What the? What? Oh, now you got him. And oh, something fell out of his back pocket. Oh yeah, and that's a ghost. And he's going to be kind of sort of antagonist for the game. I don't know if that's the best word to describe him because he doesn't. He's really just there to annoy you sometimes. The ghost, I mean. I don't know if he tries to hurt you. Not really, because uh, it's not like how Jennifer deals with the Scissor Man in the original Clock Tower. But as much as I really don't want to say it, this is basically just a super child-friendly version of Clock Tower with no gore, no horror elements, or whatever. Although I will admit, there were certain parts of this game that did kind of scare me as a kid. But it was only certain things. But oh man, no, it is not nice. Uh, Man, it's been literally years since I played this game last. I don't think I played it since, I want to say, 2007, 2008. I know, I'm going to the door. And occasionally, when you come across locked doors in this game, you will need keys to unlock them. And anytime you use a key, that's it. But to be fair, it's not like the door locks itself again and you need to get a key again. The game doesn't really screw you over in that way, thank God. And, well, isn't that convenient? But do you really want to leave so quickly, Mickey? Yeah, pondering some more? Hot dog indeed. Well, that's what he's saying in case you can't hear the game. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys didn't, because I don't know how I can mix the audio without... Actually, wait a minute. Just in case... actually, no, that's not going to make sense because I'm using a headset microphone, and it'll be a little harder to hear the game that way if I turn it up on the TV. Oh, and the way the screen is... Oh, oh dear. Wait, what is he doing? Oh dear. That doesn't look good. Wow. That's insane. What? What the hell? Yep, see you later, I guess. What? Man. And it's only been like... I think it's only been like maybe a year since I it's been maybe a year or two since I last saw a playthrough of this game, and I don't even remember who it was by. There were two that I can think of. That come to mind when it comes to actual playthroughs of this game, like actual Let's Plays. There's one by, I believe his name was Rocked Solid. I don't know if he still does Let's Plays anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. And I think the other one is called Ephraim's Sandguard. I don't quite remember. But those are the only playthroughs that I've seen that I would consider ones that matter. But anyway, we have to progress the plot by examining these broken mirror pieces. And even though I'm sure you guys watching this, whenever anybody does watch this, probably can't hear the game because of how I have this set up. But the music in this game is actually pretty good. At least I think so. Sound design is pretty good. And there they go. So now this game finally has a bit of a purpose, because the ghost had ripped apart the actual mirror, and now the pieces have fled. Mickey has to find them to get back to the real world, because apparently this is a world inside a mirror. Also, for some reason, if you were to read the manual of this game, it would say that he's trapped. Mickey's trapped in this mansion inside the mirror, and that's kind of what makes me think that maybe this took some light inspiration from Clock Tower, in the sense that, well, the first one, I mean, because you're exploring this big mansion, or maybe Resident Evil, I don't know. But it's only because you're going through a mansion and you're exploring everything. But you don't really have much of a danger. Again, this was meant for really little kids. And I was a little kid when I first got this game. I believe I was about 7 going on 8. And, oh dear. All right. Let's go to this door here. see what the ghost is doing in there. And yes, the character is literally referred to as just the ghost. He does not have a name. And occasionally you can pull off tricks that help progress. You don't have to do it in every single game, you don't have to, oh my god. You don't have to do this every single time. But, for the most part, you will have to pull off tricks to progress the plot a little bit. And personally speaking, looking at this game again, it actually looks pretty good for a GameCube game. Now, I can't pull off the trick here because if I could, I would know how. I think I know what I have to do, maybe. No. Because I know what I'm supposed to do here, but I'm going to try going out of this room and then back into it and see maybe if that little star bit, I say star bit, well, that's what they look like, respawns. And if it doesn't, then I'm screwed. Nope, it does not respawn. That is kind of a shame. I wish it had. Oh, well, we can at least leave the room and then collect this little floating star bit. Yes, I know they're not really the star bits from Mario Galaxy, but I don't know what else to call them. So, let's go back in here now that I got that floating. We'll just call it a floating star. Oh, now we can also pull this trick off because I want to see how many of these tricks I can pull off. Oh, God. Oh, no. Come on, you can do it, Mickey. Ouch. Although I'm curious because there was a key at the top, on the top of this drawer here, this green drawer, green dresser. I wonder if maybe if I had done that trick with the key still on top of that green dresser, maybe it would have fallen on Mickey. I'm not quite sure, but in any case, we got the first mirror shard of several. The thing about getting the mirror shards as well, I should mention, is that you don't have to get every single one just to beat the game. You don't have to complete the mirror all the way. You just need to make enough space so that Mickey can get into it. And obviously, in this case, he's going to need more than one piece. I'm thinking maybe I might go with this game for a little bit longer, like maybe, I don't know, maybe, let's see, I'm at 24 minutes, so maybe around the 30-minute mark, I'll switch to another game. Yeah, that sounds about fair. At least I think so. Anyway, let's go in here. Thank you for that, Noble Society. This is the first time I've actually gotten to, well, first time in a while, I should say, that I've gotten to, no, I don't want to go that way, to, gotten to stream games like this again. Although one of these days I will have to see if I could find another GameCube console that has the what is it, the digital AV port in the back, because the one I have currently, which is the one I'm recording off of, doesn't. Yeah, I guess I should have paid a little closer attention to when I got this off of eBay, but at least I could still record it regardless, which is fine. And I believe this item, which is just a coin, you can see that it goes into that piggy bank to Mickey's, I guess, left. But I'm not going to do that just yet because obviously there's a few more coins with Mickey's signature head, I guess. I don't remember how many you need, either 3 or 4. I don't quite remember. It's been a long time since I played this game last. So, oh yeah, I think I remember this bit here. Yeah, obviously I have to button mesh a little bit. Something I wasn't very good at. All right, we're going to pull off a trick here. Is it going to let me? Yeah, there we go. Didn't figure this out the first time I played this, obviously. Oh, and right into the candle. Actually, wait a minute. That's supposed to be a ghost. So, how is he able to feel the fire burning in his face? Yeah, somehow I get the feeling that's not how that's supposed to work. But then again, this game isn't trying to be realistic, so I guess I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And again, if you can't hear if you can't actually hear the game audio, then I don't blame you because I'm sure there is a way to I'm sure there is a way to I know there is a way to yeah, there was no point to that. I mean, it's fine. I have a light switch on now, which I guess is electronic. It has to be. Um, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go back in that room anyway. I probably should have went through the other door. Um, oh, great. Now I don't even remember what I was saying. Wow, I'm just so bad at paying attention to what I was trying to say. But I believe let me check my item bag here. That's what this bag icon in the bottom left of the screen is. Yeah, it was another coin for the piggy bank. I can't quite remember still if it was either 3 or 4 that I need because there's a certain item in the piggy bank that I need. And Mickey can't just have the good sense to pick it up and smash it, although maybe it might be hard to get it to smash. And also, there was a transparent Donald Duck doll, which is strange to me. But that's actually an item that you will find back in Mickey's bedroom once you beat the game. That's why it was transparent. And I did not mean to open that window, which is something you can randomly do. But there was another star holder in here behind the couch. So now that we have 3 full stars, I'm gonna jump on that bed and try to get that key. And for the remainder of this, I won't explore the oh, there we go. Yeah, it requires 2 stars. Um For the remainder of this journey, I'm not going to explore the rest of that room. And actually, since I'm at a little past the 30-minute mark, I'm going to go ahead and save this and move on to another game. Because this isn't meant to stream just one game in particular, of course, if you read the title of this. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game real quick. No, you know what? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to continue because I'm just going to save and quit that game. All right. Now I got to go over and grab the case of my other games and see what other ones I feel like taking a look at. I may go back to this at another point if I decide to do another stream like this. Let's just go ahead and turn that off. Take the game out. Then bring this back to the title screen. Or the home menu of the Gamecube itself. So, that's enough magical mirror for right now. And I've got several other ones. Now, I'll admit, not every game I have in this little collection is a good one. Some of them are actually pretty bad. Well, either bad or mediocre. Again, I do have some bangers. Like, let me just take a look here. I've got the GameCube version of Tak-2, The Staff of Dreams, which is considered the best one in the trilogy. Yeah, the trilogy. I know there was another game that was based around the Attack and the Power of Juju TV show. I think it was called The Guardians of Gross, but I don't count that one. And then let's see here. I've got the GameCube version of Metroid Prime, which, and this is Metroid Prime 1. I don't have 2 or 3. Not that I'd want to own them. I'm not going to lie, I don't like Metroid Prime. It's one of my least favorite GameCube games, and even though I know there's like a ton of people who really love that game to pieces, I still think that praise is just a little bit blind, because personally, real talk, personally, I feel when people talk about Metroid Prime, they don't bother talking about flaws. They just talk about what's great about the game, and that's it. That's one thing that I cannot stand about the praise for that game. If they like it, that's fine, I guess, but you have to address the flaws and look at it critically too. Not too critical, but critical enough. Just a thought. Just a thought. All right, let's see. What else do I have here that I actually enjoy? I've got Starfox Assault, which I think is pretty good. It's my favorite game in the Starfox series. A close second would probably be Starfox 2, or the version I have on the Z-SNES emulator. Because I don't like the version that came with the Super Nintendo Classic. I mean, some stuff was upgraded as it should be, but then some stuff was changed in a bad way, at least in my opinion. Just looking through random games here, see what I think is interesting enough to tackle for another half hour of this stream, because I'm going to try to keep it at the very least 30 minutes per game. Let's see here. I've got a couple of good ones for sure. Let's see here. Oh, I almost forgot about this one. All right, let's just go ahead and switch to gameplay. No disc, that's all right, because I'm going to put a new one in. Well, I say new, but you guys know what I mean. All right. All right, just going to let the console read the disc. I don't know if it should be making the noise I just heard. Oh, but it seems to work. All right, so the next game I'm going to tackle for the next half hour is Star Wars The Clone Wars. No relation to the 2D animated series or the CG one from the late 2000s, because by that point, GameCube games weren't being made anymore. But this is a fun little vehicle-based combat game. Yeah, autosave, that's fine. And this is a interesting Star Wars game by, of all people, Pandemic. Like, I think LucasArts still published it, but I think this one was actually developed by Pandemic. Pandemic had, for the most part, like during the PS2, Xbox, original Xbox, I should say, and GameCube era of games, they had a pretty decent track record, I would say. I believe some good examples were the first Mercenaries game, Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. I heard was pretty good. Wasn't my cup of tea for the most part, though. And then there was another good example of a game that that company developed, I believe, was I want to say it was Men RTS. Yeah, they actually did develop that one, even though it was only and that one was only published by 3DO, and that was one of the last games before 3DO went bankrupt. Before we start the game, I'm going to go into options, as I always do. Third person, going to turn Rumble off because I can't feel it anyway. Again, I'm using a Wavebird, and there is no Rumble feature in this controller. I'm going to keep this where it is. I'm just going to turn off the Rumble because it just doesn't work on a Wavebird. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. You know what? I'm just going to keep it where it is. It's not like you guys can hear it anyway. And if you can, well, just in case it can be heard, there we go. Got to have it so that, again, because this game in particular, since it's a Star Wars game, of course it uses music from the movies, and I didn't mean to go there. I'm just going to have the volume turned down so that I don't get copyright stricken, because songs from the movies, such as the main theme itself, are copyright stricken, and I guess I'll just go ahead and read the text crawl when it comes. Alrighty. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. The galaxy stands on the brink of war. Thousands of star systems, under the leadership of Count Dooku, have seceded from the Republic and formed the Confederacy of Independent Systems. So it's like the Civil War, except in space? I don't know. The Separatist movement has made it impossible for the Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. In response to the growing, I almost thought that said growling conflict, the Galactic Senate has commissioned a clone army to aid the Jedi. On the planet Geonosis, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and Padme Amidala have been captured by Dooku and sentenced to death. The Jedi Council has made plans for a rescue attempt. Master Mace Windu has enlisted a legion of Jedi to assist him and is en route to Geonosis. With 4 periods at the end of that instead of 3. But that's how most Star Wars stories are. Well, ones that have text crawls. I don't know if there are any Star Wars movies that don't have the text crawl. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Okay, I also didn't want to talk over the dialogue in the cutscenes, even though you guys can't hear it. But maybe there's a way I can fix that. I don't know if this will work. If you guys can't hear it already, then I'll just turn up the TV so you guys can hear it. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'll try it. This is probably not a good idea, but it's only so you guys can hear it a little better. Actually, let's turn it down just a little bit.
We must move quickly. Follow me.
There we go. Now then, let's actually get this started. Yeah, we're just taking out anti-orbital cannons. Nothing special there.
There's the first anti-orbital cannon. Sensors indicate several enemy units moving on our position. This is not going to be easy. Watch your fire, Mace.
Sorry, Luminara. So yeah, we're playing this first level as Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson. Well, obviously he's not voiced by Samuel L. Jackson in the game. At least I don't think so. To be fair, I actually don't know.
Almost destroyed. Stay on target. One down, 2 to go.
I don't know who voices him in this game.
Anti-orbital cannon.
Let's go.
Maybe somebody in the audience knows, because I know I can tell you for sure it's not Samuel L. Jackson.
Mace, there are some supplies nearby. We can use them to recharge our concussion missiles.
I really need to turn the fan on. It's pretty stuffy in here, or at least it is now. Let's go ahead and. Oops. Fire to stray missile. But just to go back and get those concussion missiles. Because I don't like supplies like this going to waste.
Mace, I'm picking up a squad of Hellfire droids on my sensors. Be careful, Mace. Their missiles are lethal.
The freaking Hailfire droids. These things suck. These things can be a real pain. Especially on the higher difficulties, if I'm correct. And what makes them particularly annoying is the fact that they can shoot a barrage of missiles at you. As Luminara says, missiles are lethal. So you can guarantee that it's not good. Sadly, despite what we saw in an earlier cutscene before the game starts proper, there's no air combat sections, at least not with the Jedi Starfighter, which is kind of disappointing. But we do get to fly a Republic gunship from time to time. So that's cool, I guess. Okay, I was pretty sure an enemy went that way. Oh well. And I remember actually getting this. Actually, wait a minute. I think. Oh,
We don't have much time. Take these platforms up to the second cannon. I'll meet you there.
Okay, so I think I was wrong about when I got my GameCube. When I got my first GameCube, anyway. Which I think was in Christmas of 2002, not 2003. 2003 is when I got this game. And that was as a. I think it was a. Either a birthday present or a Christmas present that year, I think. Because at that point, I had already seen. What was it? Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, which I guess it's the worst of the prequel trilogy, but I still like it. I still think it's a very entertaining movie. Honestly, the hate for the prequel trilogy just never made sense to me because there's a lot of action in those movies. And a lot of the complaints that people have, like especially with what was it, the romance between Anakin and Padme. Look, I'm going to say it right now. It's better than Han and Leia's romance. Yeah, I said that. I was thinking of doing a rant on that at some point, and I guess I just never got around to it because I kind of forgot about it. But in all honesty, I feel in many ways the romance between Anakin and Padme, especially because of Episode 2, is more genuine than the romance that Han and Leia have in Empire Strikes Back. Mostly because the romance part of it feels like it came out of left field, and I crashed into the wall there.
Returning to formation.
Let's take out that second cannon. Enemy reinforcements are on the move.
Yeah, it just never made sense to me.
Second cannon is almost down. Just a few more hits.
Never made sense to me the hate that the prequels get.
The second orbital cannon is down.
Only one more to go. I've input the coordinates for the third cannon.
Something I because believe it or not, I did already say that I like Anakin and Padme's romance more than Han and Leia's. Here's something else I just realized too. Looking back at those movies, or at least I thought about it more when I saw them again.
Mace, I'm picking up multiple enemy units on my sensors. We need to take care of them before proceeding to the third cannon.
Was that the acting? Like people say that one of the worst aspects of the prequels was the acting, which I can only agree to some extent, but not entirely, because I would still say that some of the acting, especially in the original trilogy, is okay. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume back down on that because it's really hard for me to talk over that loud music. All right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and turn this back up so I can at least talk over it now. So, wait, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. The acting in the prequels gets a lot of flack because people say it's not very good. Well, I could easily say the same thing about the acting in the original trilogy in a lot of cases, especially in Empire Strikes Back. The acting, in my opinion, is just as stilted, if not more so. And also, frankly, in many ways, the original trilogy is kind of boring. Well, in the case of Empire Strikes Back, and to a lesser extent, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, the acting in Empire. Then again, that's what happens when you don't like Empire Strikes Back. It's my least favorite of the Star Wars movies.
Get through without tanks.
Wait here. I'll find the cannon's power generator and disable it.
We're coming up across our first on foot section of the game. There's a few of them like this. Not a whole lot of them. Yeah, so these are like on foot hack and slash sections. Not nearly as good as something that you would come to expect, especially if you're familiar with something like Force Unleashed or something like that. Where are you? This feels kind of weird and awkward to get used to.
Mace, keep your distance from those droids. Their self-destruct mechanism is deadly. Try throwing your lightsaber from a safe distance.
But yeah, I was about to say, I pushed the button. Why was I not hitting it? Okay, there we go. So, yeah, prequel.
The power generator should be close. Destroy it, and the cannon should overload.
Like, did you really have to interrupt me? I mean, I know the audience can't hear it, but still. Oh, God. I need to get away from those things and kill it with the lightsaber throw. Yeah, the Geonosians will always respawn. But that's okay. Wait, bonus objective? And wait. Are you seeing this right, folks? That Geonosian is dead, but he's just laying in midair. How in the world is that even possible? What is down this way? Oh, there's the R5 unit I was hoping to find. Yeah, there we go. I don't know how many of those are around, although I guess I should look. 3. Yeah. Oh, God. Whoa, 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 wait. I have no idea why Mace just turns around randomly like that, unless maybe I was moving the control stick.
Jedi should be able to land safely now.
Let's get to the landing zone. I sense much desperation in Anakin and Obi-Wan.
I think if I'm lucky, I may get past the first 3 levels, and before switching to the next game. At least I hope so. But this is a good game. It's definitely a good game based around like the prequel trilogy.
I see them too. Power up forward shields.
Acknowledged. Powering weapons. Forward shields online.
Use attack
Because
pattern base.
because people say
The line of fire.
Master Windu, I'll take out the turret.
that the prequel trilogy. I don't agree with that. I've seen the second half of my GBA games list video that I posted a couple weeks back. When I talked about the Revenge of the Sith game on the Game Boy Advance, I said that
Concentrate on the turret. You take care of the rest.
I talked about how the prequel trilogy is what got me into Star Wars. Like, I did start with the original trilogy, like most people did, but again, I don't think it holds up that well. I mean, I'm sorry to say, Star Wars fans, like, I'm not saying that the original trilogies are the worst movies ever. They're not. Like, I've seen worse movies, but I just think that they were more like products of their time. And in my opinion, the prequels are just much more enjoyable, for better or worse, even though I think we can all agree that the prequels, in my opinion, are better. Only because I don't hate them nearly as much as everybody else seems to. And I think it's kind of silly that people just randomly like to hate the prequel trilogy just for the sake of hating on them. And that is true for the most part. That's why most Star Wars fans are the way they are, depending on who you ask, of course. Because people have said, like, with the prequel trilogy, you know, I know I touched upon it a little bit, but stuff like Anakin and Padme's romance. I'm going to stand by the fact that Anakin and Padme's relationship is much more genuine compared to Han and Leia's. Because here's the thing that people don't seem to get, like when you compare the two romances. What makes Anakin and Padme's romance better, in my opinion, is the fact that they're not like they don't do the whole Romeo and Juliet thing where they just randomly fall in love because hormones or whatever. They weren't like harmonious teenagers who just randomly fell in love, like as was the case with Han and Leia. Yeah, sorry, fans of Empire Strikes Back, but that really is the case. Like, Han and Leia's romance really was just kind of forced, in my opinion. Whereas what makes the romance with Anakin and Padme is better only because what Han and Leia don't do, unless they did do it and we just never got to see it as an audience, so screw the original trilogy for messing that up, was that Anakin and Padme, we at least get to see Anakin and Padme, you know, take the time to know one another, and they actually, you know, form a good relationship, you know, as it goes on. Like, okay, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea and it's not what people come for, but but I it's really hard to formulate how I feel about this whole thing. But again, Anakin and Padme took the time to know each other. Okay? They got to know each other on and off screen. So it doesn't feel like it was just a forced thing that happened at the last minute, as was the case with Han and Leia's relationship. Yeah, you could argue that they're technically better characters. They're just okay, in my opinion. A little on the boring side. And especially when you see like the beginning part of Empire Strikes Back, they don't really like each other that much. They just hate it's like they just want to kill each other. And people say that that's the better couple. I think that's just nostalgia goggles, like clouding their vision in the worst way. Because that is dumb, dumb, dumb logic. But wait, taking damage from what? Oh, okay. Jesus. Sorry. I kind of forgot that enemies can appear from behind as well. I'm going to go a little bit longer because we're reaching the we're reaching another half-minute mark. Half-hour mark, sorry, not half-minute. But my legitimate defense for the prequels, especially with the romance between Anakin and Padme, what makes it more genuine is the fact that, again, Anakin and Padme, they take the time to know they take the time to know each other, and it's not just some Romeo and Juliet bullshit. And anybody who thinks that it is just harmonious bullshit, like, you know, like Romeo and Juliet, fuck them, because they're full of shit. I hate to come off as an asshole that way, but sometimes Star Wars fans really just don't know what they're talking about, and they don't bother checking the details of this kind of crap. And see, this is why sometimes I detest the fan base. There we go. That's what I wanted to get the missiles. But yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna stop ranting about the whole romance thing with characters from Star Wars because I don't want it. Because I am still choosing to make it its own video sometime soon. I don't know when, but I do need to work on it because I've been wanting to talk about that for some time. Oh yeah. Yes, I know that, Luminara. Shut up. But one other thing that I will say about Han and Leia as a couple, if you really think they work together as a couple, then whatever. But to me, they're just about as good a couple as Joker and Harley. It just doesn't work. That's not relationship goals. At least it isn't to me. Well, I guess yeah, it was so important you needed to say that twice. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Luminara? Oh, yeah. Now the Hailfire droids are becoming a nuisance because sometimes they just don't stop shooting the missiles. They're just so missile happy, if that makes any sense. Now I got to go back and get that health if I remember where it is. I may or may not have missed it. Oh, nope, there it is. And I got the super blasters, which is why I was saving them. I may not be able to get there in time, though. It really does suck that the super blasters have to be on a time limit. It really sucks. Yeah. But in any case, as I've said before, Han and Leia, at least in Empire Strikes Back, went about as well together as Joker and Harley did. And that is to say, they don't go that well together at all. Again, that's only as far as Empire is concerned. I feel like that romance was. I mean, I know I've said it over and over again, but that romance just feels more forced than Anakin and Padme's because they feel. It feels to me like they took the time to know one another like actual people do when they go on dates. So I feel that romance is much more genuine to me. And I know I'm in the minority here, but yeah. All right. I'm going to wait for the game to save. All right. And I think now is a good time to actually switch to another game. And I just continued it, didn't I? Sorry, I did not mean to do that. All right. I think I may need to turn the fan on as well because it's kind of actually it's even stuffier now than it was before. So I need to get the fan running. But yeah, what I said about Anakin and Padme's relationship makes a lot more sense to me than Han and Leia's. I know I keep bringing that up, and I'm sorry, but you know, I just get so pissed off when Star Wars fans just don't seem to get that. But then again, it's like they don't really like to admit when they're wrong because half the time they are. All right. Is there a way that I can... No, there's no way to do it as far as I know. Nope. And I'm just going to leave it here while I go ahead and just turn on the fan. This is why summer sucks. I'm usually not the biggest fan of summer anyway. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually turn down the volume of the capture software. Let's bring it down to 20. Now let me just take a look at my bag of games here. Well, it's not really a bag per se, but it's basically where all my GameCube games are. Let's see here. I don't think it would make sense to go from one Star Wars game to another. Gotta break up the pace just a little bit. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna try Mega Man Anniversary Collection because I actually like this little compilation. For those of you who don't know what Mega Man Anniversary Collection is, you're probably familiar with, say, the Legacy Collection, which you can get on Steam. It's basically like a collection of the classic Mega Man games, except with Anniversary Collection, it comes with Mega Man's 1 through 8, and there are 2 other ones that you can unlock. Now, how you unlock the other 2, I don't know. Although I guess I could go ahead and look that up. While this starts up. All right. Now let's see here. Mega Man Anniversary. Sure, we'll look up GameCube cheats. Why not? Because I need to know if there's anything I can unlock. Mega Man 7 Battle Game. Okay, here's stuff that I can unlock. And do I want to create a save file? Sure, why not? And before I actually get started on playing any of the games in this little compilation, I'm going to go to options and then max out my lives because I can do that. I'm going to keep everything as is except for starting lives. Because again, 5 lives are better than 3. I'll keep that where it is. And while that's loading, I'm going to look at the unlockable stuff here. All right, so Atomic Planet credits beat the first 3 bosses of Mega Man 1. It's actually not hard to do. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, so based on the metal cover medley from Vomitron, for those of you who are familiar with that band, I'm gonna go in the order that they present the Robot Masters. So I'm starting with Bomb Man, and then after that I'll tackle Guts Man. After that, Cut Man. Well, it'll just keep going from there, just like domino effect. So I think it's imperative that if you're playing Mega Man 1, whether it be through something like what I'm playing or the original NES version, stick to beating or trying to beat Bomb Man first. Always fight Bomb Man first. And actually playing this with the analog stick, it feels all right. Like, it doesn't feel like it doesn't work. Now, if I was playing the PS2 version, I would use the D-pad, no question. But with the control stick of the GameCube controller, it just kind of feels better, at least in my opinion, to use that, especially since it's a little awkward to try and use the D-pad of this controller, even though, you can use it. And, dear God, Sniper Joe, this guy is so awesome to fight because sometimes it's hard for me to get his pattern down. No. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to try to avoid these. Or not. And it's going to take me all the way back to the beginning, isn't it? Dear God, that's the only thing I have. That's the only gripe I have against the old school Mega Man games. They don't have checkpoints, or at least they do, but it's at random parts of the game, which makes no sense to me at all. It's just so stupid. Like, and you can't use save states here at all. That's the worst thing. But it's a good thing I started out with 5 lives instead of 3. Because would have made it harder for all the wrong reasons, in my opinion. And thankfully, Mega Man was lucky enough to actually catch himself on the ladder, because there are times when I play this in my leisure where he doesn't do that. And I can't even begin to imagine what that's supposed to mean. Okay, I'm just wondering, do I have to be at a certain distance away from Sniper Joe to actually hurt him? That was to be expected. Okay, I made it. That's fine. Okay, now that I've got a feel for it, it's not really all that difficult. There's a reason I think people say that Bomb Man's stage is the easiest to start off with, or it's the recommended one to start off with. because usually if I play Mega Man 1 in my leisure, I like to start with Cutman because I have a problem taking him out with just the Mega Buster. But it's just as good to take on Bomb Man first. Ooh, I will definitely take that. That's welcoming. That's fine. I'll take it. At times, Mega Man will feel like he has ice on his feet. Or not ice, but butter. And then there's moments like that where, oh god. And then there's BS moments like that. It makes you wish he didn't have like weird Luigi style traction on his feet. Yeah, it's funny how for some reason Mega Man and Luigi have the same problem. Now, whether that is deliberate or not, I don't know. And I'm running out of lives. That's not good. I could just restart my life. I could just reset the game if I wanted to, but the problem is if I do that, the score will reset. And that is one of the strangest things I've ever seen in terms of game design. And now the game is just not being fair. That is very annoying to me. Incredibly annoying, in fact. This shouldn't be difficult. It is only the first level I picked. No one level should be harder than the other. Well, should be. But of course, it's not like Capcom even at the time would listen. Because I honestly doubt they would. Oh, God. Okay. Now that I know to... Oh, come on! Now I'm getting frustrated. Usually a game is not supposed to frustrate me, but this game sometimes does that with its bullshit logic. Because sometimes the game just doesn't do things the way that it should. Sometimes. You know, like that. And it decides to autosave when I get a game over. Now, because I have unlimited continues, I could just keep going forever until I do eventually get to Bomb Man and then, go from stage to stage. But here's the problem. Every time you either reset the game or you get a game over and use a continue, I've already touched upon this, but I'm going to say it again. Anytime you start over in any sense, the game punishes you by resetting your score. Now, anything to me personally speaking, but that's a dumb mechanic. And I'm glad that games nowadays don't do that. Because that's stupid. That's just stupid design. Whew, okay. Was worried that I would fall into the spikes. For some reason, Mega Man feels like he has ice on his feet. Speaking of which, we're not even at Iceman stage yet. Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. Maybe. What the? Did you respawn? I honestly don't get the whole thing about Sniper Joe's attack patterns. Because he's obviously not going to do anything while I try to shoot him. Okay, whew, thank God. It's okay. I didn't fall down yet. And then the game said, fall down because you're my bitch. And also, fuck checkpoints, apparently. That's the only thing I don't like about the old school Mega Man games, especially. Like, the later ones, like, have checkpoints. And I'm grateful for that, but I'm surprised that people considered this good back in the day. Well, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. There weren't many good things back then in terms of games. I'm not trying to crap on this game because I don't hate it, but ugh. It's just so heavily reliant. This game is just so reliant on one of the worst cases of trial and error. And to some extent, war of attrition. If that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. And one of the worst things about this stage is the placement of Sniper Joe. Now, what I just did was use the auto shot, which is which you can access in the Anniversary Collection by pushing the Y button. Now, I don't know what it is in the in the other ports of this compilation, but as far as I know, the auto shot, it's only available in Mega Man's 1 through 6. It's not in Mega Man's 7 or 8, and I don't know about Power Fighters or what was the other game? Power Allies. Okay. Thankfully that didn't send me into the spikes. Stay here. Okay. Oh, now it has checkpoints. Wait, how many lives do I have? 3. Yeah, because apparently in this game, 0 counts as an extra life. Ouch. Again, one of the biggest gripes I have with this game is that Mega Man has ice on his feet. Ooh, that was close. I did not want to go into the spikes again. It is kind of stupid to me that the spikes, of all things, are instant kill. I think here I can get an extra life if Sniper Joe doesn't kill me. Oh, dear God. And they had to put him... Come on. Oh, don't do this to me. Come on. Well, it's better than nothing, but... Ugh. Here I'm going to try to take my time. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. This is going to be hard. Because I'm using the auto shot to get rid of these guys. Usually that's not easy to do for me. Especially since they like to go back and forth at random. And I guess it's not the biggest issue in the world. Except it is for me. Alright, now I can just drop down and get ready to face Bomb Man. Gotta have that auto shot handy because he's pretty weak to it. You know, when he doesn't jump into you like a doofus. And hopefully he doesn't kill me first. Well, of course, I know he will. Because he loves to jump into me. Like that. He jumps into me like an idiot. Sometimes it makes you wonder why they can't just stay in one place and occasionally jump. Because people would consider that lazy. Although at this point, I'll take lazy. Anything that makes me get through it faster. And if his jumps won't get me, his bombs will. Thankfully, his bombs are not as lethal as his jumps are. So really, Jumpman should have been his name and not Bomb Man or Jumpin' Bomb Man. All right. First Robot Master down. And of course, we get Bomb Man's bombs. Certainly better than my first go. And thankfully, if I ever restart this at any time, it'll acknowledge that I killed Bomb Man and won't make me fight him again. So, with that said, let's hurry up and get rid of Guts Man. Really, I don't hate this stage that much, aside from the first part of it. Not this bit here, but with the Matox or the Matos, excuse me. Yeah, this was the the Matos have been in the Mega Man series ever since this game in the first. So yeah, a lot of familiar elements were introduced in the first game, which is pretty cool. This bit right here with these lips, easily the worst part of the level. For that reason right there. It really sucks. Jesus, the Metos, or whatever they're called, were like playing possum with me, which I don't like. Now I've got to be careful here because it's very easy to screw up. Sometimes it makes me wonder if the staff the staff behind this game just loved pissing off the players because sometimes developers can be just too good at that. And this is why rage games suck, plain and simple. Doesn't matter who says what. It is a common fact that rage games suck. And this is not a rage game by any stretch of the imagination. It just has bullshit moments like that. But then again, getting a game over is not as bullshit as the score resetting for some reason. That's the one thing this game should not do. I don't care if it makes it more challenging, it's just stupid. Keep the score if I'm continuing. The score is one of the few things that should not change. Although, when I do use a continue, my lives do reset, as you would expect. And what's cool, I think this may be exclusive to the anniversary version. Oh god. Is that anytime you beat a stage and you use a and after using and also have used like a few of the special items that you get from beating like robot masters, when you go to another stage it refills automatically. Now I don't know if that was in the original NES version. But it's certainly present here, and I'm down with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Let's go down this way. Oh, no, not into the spikes. Stop shimmy shammying on me. No, I can't get that extra life anyway. Damn it. Okay, whew. There's going to be another one, I'm sure. Nope, I guess not. Now then, I think... just a couple more of these Matos. I don't know how they're pronounced. Their names are pronounced, okay? But here's Gutsman. And what you want to do is use the bomb weapon that you get from Bomb Man. Because Gutsman is weak to it. What's really annoying about fighting Gutsman is the fact that his jump can stun you. But the bomb attack, his one weakness. And my ear is itching like crazy. I think we have another... I think we have a little bit of time for at least one more Robot Master, and the next one is actually going to be Cutman. Now, believe it or not, I do believe I am going in the right order with the Robot Masters in terms of weaknesses. You can easily take down Cutman with the Mega Buster just like you can with Bomb Man, but... yeah. Like, if you have the right weakness for each Robot Master, you're pretty much set. Just make sure to use it effectively, or use them effectively, I should say. Now, in terms of challenge, this one's not so bad. Well, then again, I'm not really saying that the challenge in this game is bad at all. It is pretty difficult, but it could be worse. Oh, it could be worse. It could be Ghosts and Goblins hard, which I'm thankful that this game is not. Seriously, Ghosts and Goblins can go rot in hell. Because that game has one of the worst instances of an awkward difficulty spike. I gotta wait for this enemy. There we go. Okay, I did not mean to... oh, come on. There we go. Don't know what was going on there. Alright, let's just go up this way. I mean, for the most part, we're just going up anyway. Vertical platforming. Ain't that some fun? And for some reason, now the game is being generous. At times it will be, other times it will not be. And why it is hardly ever generous, I really don't know. And in all honesty, I don't mind when a game is hard, but just, it still needs to be fair. Like, being hard is one thing, but being unfair is another. Okay, now. I can't quite reach that. That's fine. I'm going to try to beat this Robot Master before switching to another game. Now, I do apologize that I didn't get to show off much of this compilation, but that's okay. Because maybe, if you guys want me to, I can do full-out Let's Plays on some of these games. Because really, the whole point of this stream was just to relive some childhood memories. And that's with some of these games, but not every single one. Because some of them I've had for a long time, others I've had for a shorter amount of time. And that jerk... Oh, God. There we go. Destroyed most of my health, which is not good, as you would expect. Should be another one on the ceiling there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's it. Oh, that's right. I need Gutsman's ability. There we go. And not... Oh, come on. I missed both times? Yeah, the game was like, fuck you, Mega Man. You're gonna miss, bitch. At least I imagine that's what the game was saying to me in that instance. Because Cutman can be taken down with those blocks that I can pick up with Gutsman's ability. Like if you're able to uh-oh. No, come on, they're not there anymore? Ugh. Fine. As much as I didn't want to use it, I'll use the Mega Buster. I wanted to take him down easily with Gutsman's weapon, but nope, the game was like, nope, you're doing it the hard way because I said so. But it looks like we're about to switch to another game anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Ugh. But of course I have to go to another Robot Master and then pause the game and then turn everything off. One of the best tracks in the game, by the way, in this one. All right. That's it for Mega Man Anniversary Collection. Now then, what is another game that I think is worth playing, at least for this stream, because it's almost it's going to be 2 hours in a bit of time. And I want to get through at least 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 more games if that's possible. Oh, one genre I didn't tackle yet. So far, anyway. Racing. Now, of course, you might think that I was going to put in Mario Kart. And I do have Mario Kart Double Dash, but that's not the game I'm going to be putting in. And I'm going to put in another, in my opinion, underrated, overlooked racing game. Well, you'll find out what it is in just a minute. Oh, by the way, if you really think there is no difference between phraseology of words like overlooked or underrated, underappreciated, stop thinking that they're different, because there is no difference. And also, yeah, it's Kirby Air Ride, as you can clearly see. Let's get going. Now, I would normally recommend playing this with friends, but I sadly don't have any friends to play it with at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to make a new save data. Why not? Okay. My ear is itching like crazy again. Hold on. I do love this opening bit, though. If I'm correct, I believe this is the last one that, the last Kirby game that Masahiro Sakurai, who also made the Smash Brothers series, I think this is the last Kirby-related game that he worked on. And no, for once, I can say Smash Brothers does not count, because Kirby is not the focus. But I think this is a good racing game. And in some sense, it is one of the closest things we'll get to a 3D Kirby game. Turn rumble off. No, turn it off. We'll try each of the 3 modes. Let's start with Air Ride. Okay, Air Ride. Air Ride uses only control stick and the A button. The Air Ride machine Kirby is riding floats just above the surface of the ground, but if you press A, the machine will slide. This is called a boost. But be careful, reckless use of boost will not help you. While you're taking a curve... Okay, so basically this is like saying this is useful if you want to make easy drifts. Okay, interesting enough. Of course, I don't have a lot of machines. I think for the moment, in this mode, I'll start out with Warp Star, and then I'll get more as I go along. Yep, different copy abilities. Quite a few courses we can go on here. Yeah, good amount of machines as well. Okay, are we done here? Okay, let's go to the settings here. Laps recommended. Yeah, we'll go with the recommended settings for the laps. Damage, none. If you take damage, your speed will drop slightly. Okay, let's go to... Yeah, I think it's fine as it is. We're going to start with Fantasy Meadows. And because it's the only machine I can pick, I'll just go with Warp Star. Oh, this music. Yeah, that music is... I don't know what it is, but that music is making me think of Pokemon Stadium. Oh, Jesus. Woo! Thanks for the boost, buddy. Oh. That's okay. I'll just take this one instead. Out of my way. Out of my way, Waddle Dee. All right, final lap. Yeah, you got knocked off your rocker, boys. All right. Ooh, needle. Yeah. I really don't have much I can say. This is much more fun if I'm playing with friends. And look at that, I finished in first place. Although it's the first course, so I guess that's to be expected, I suppose. I don't know. And again, I haven't touched this game in quite a good number of years as well. I don't quite remember when it is that I got this one. Because I just remember like seeing the commercial for it like on TV at one point. I think it was also advertising, what was it? The Kirby Right Back At You anime. Yeah, anybody remember that? Probably because in that anime, King DDD sounds like Yosemite Sam, sort of. And that outrageous theme song, which, I'm fine with because it's so over the top and silly, but hey, if it's still catchy, I consider it good to an extent. I mean, it's about as catchy as Gotta Go Fast from Sonic X. And yes, Sonic X was the first Sonic related thing to incorporate that. And yet it has instant replay as well. Of course, I think with the other courses, I won't be so lucky. And apparently, getting first place in Fantasy Meadows got me Wingstar. Next up is. Wait, what? Wait, only Fantasy Meadows has 3 laps, but every other course has 2? Okay, that's a little strange. Anyway, sure, why not? Celestial Valley is next. I'm going to stick with Warp Star. But one of the CPUs is making the mistake of using Wingstar because the description for Wingstar is that it's good with gliding, but it's pretty slow on the ground. Ouch. Yeah, I forgot it. If you waggle the control stick back and forth while moving, you do a spin attack. I don't use it that often. Sorry, I meant to go in this hole. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, I was about to say, was I moving automatically or no? I wasn't too big of, not too big a fan of snow or ice Kirby, I guess. I like Sword Kirby more, just like in the traditional Kirby games. There seriously needs to be like a full-on 3D platformer Kirby because, well, it's just kind of sad that there just isn't one. Like there are obviously some that are made in with the 3D style of animation, but still plainly 2D games, which is kind of strange to me. Okay, I kind of have to waggle the. Gotta wait for them to get in range so that I can use it. I'm gonna win in second place. That's fine. please make it, Kirby. That's good enough for me. Oh, okay. I was not expecting to get that one. Okay, I'm not gonna watch the instant replay this time. So, what new achievement did I get this time? Ooh, I got White Kirby. So basically, I got Ghost Kirby. That's fine. Anyway, Sky Sands is next. You know what? I think I've done enough of Air Ride. I still have the other two modes to show off. Now, Top Ride. It plays at a... It's basically similar to Air Ride, but it's in top-down. Go where I want. Okay. Tilt left or right to steer. Okay, that one would have worked in something like RC Pro-Am for the NES or Rock and Roll Racing for the Super Nintendo, but I don't think it works here. Just saying, so I'm going with Freestar. It feels a little bit more responsive to me. And we're just going to keep... Yeah, we're going to keep the settings as normal. This would have made sense. Okay, you know what? Screw that. Maybe I should. No, I don't want that. There we go. Maybe I should stick with Steerstar for this one. Because it's kind of how RC Pro-Am controls, which is fine. Ouch! I got drilled. And no, please, for the love of God, don't read into that. Oh, apparently eating food gets me bigger. Ow, dick. Oh, no, Kirby! Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, this is why I generally don't like using the Steerstar. Like, I guess it kind of makes sense when you want to turn, but dear God. This is harder than it looks. Ouch. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I can just boost a little bit. Oh, that's right. It says 7 laps. I think it's the same for all of them. I mean, if I do well, then I'll... Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to see this again. But, but yeah, this would make more sense if I was playing with friends instead of myself. Gotta remember, I have to boost every now and again and not get hurt by the enemies. Just gotta boost every now and again, only when I need to. I guess I can get used to using Steerstar. Except for when I do that, and one is good enough for Top Ride. Now the last one is City Trial. I'm going to go ahead and show this off before I switch to the next game because I'm reaching yet another half-hour mark. Now, of all the 3 modes, City Trial is my favorite because it is the most reliant on multiplayer. If you want to get the full experience, but this is the best I can do for right now, especially since I can I don't know. I don't know. All right. That's fine. But they don't start with warp stars? That's lame. And I love the theme for this area. Whoosh! This is not a very good machine. Don't know why the game is so reliant on you starting with it. Have some of that. No, don't. Yeah! Suck it, boy. I would very much like to. Yeah, sword Kirby. And oh god, oh god, Lordy help me. Woo! Okay, woo. Oh, Kirby, stop! Oh god. Oh, I want to get that. Top speed. I don't think it'll help me much, but whatever. I'll take that. Bear in mind, not every item you get is a power up. Sometimes it's a power down. If you were paying attention to the tutorial, then good. See, like that's a power down. And that is just a mess. Oh, God. Oh, thankfully the explosion didn't touch me. Come on. Whoa, I definitely don't want that. Oh, but I got it anyway. So I either weigh less or weigh more. I don't know. Turning is better. Offense is better. Weight is up again. So that's good. I would use the Dolphin emulator for this game, by the way, but actually, no, I would not. Because Dolphin doesn't work on my computer anyway. Oh, and I got a hot dog. Or maybe that was a chili dog. Restoration area has appeared somewhere in the city. Wait, why is that relevant? I hate how I have to waggle it. Have some of that. Oh, it didn't hit him. Oh, it did. Never mind. Oh, I know what that is. No, I didn't want that. I'll take that. It's just a firecracker cannon. What the hell is this? I got a piece of the Dragoon, legendary dragon wing or something. I don't quite remember what it is. No, I don't want that. Problem is, it's always randomized. Yeah, it is randomized. It's a problem to me when it's randomized and I don't know where the rest of it is. Oh, wait, whoa, 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 whoa now. That's 2. No! Oh, damn it. Whoa, God! No, don't do this to me! Damn it! Oh my God, why you do this to me? I was doing well, and then the game does something to screw me over. And you thought Mario Party ruined friendships. Jesus Christ. The problem is I don't know where the last piece of the legendary... I forgot what this is called. And no, and they really don't ever appear in the same place, even though they should. Might as well make it easy on myself. Air Glider. Anytime you beat City Trial, it always gives you a mini challenge like this. Mini game challenge, you know what I mean. Yeah, I didn't do very well. Oh, I got third. Wait, what? I'll have to see what that was. Hold on. Records? I don't think that's it. Yeah, oh, there we go. Checklist. Okay, no, that's not it. Air Glider. Okay. Okay, so that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Well, I think I've shown off most of Kirby Air Ride. However, I will say right now, if you are planning on playing this game, whether it be through emulation or otherwise, any way you can, make sure you play it with friends. It's more fun that way. It encourages you, just like Smash Brothers, to play with friends. And this menu system makes me think of Smash Brothers Melee, which I will get at some point in the future, hopefully. All right, so that's enough of that game. I think I may have time for 2 more games. Now, what other games do I have left to that I think I should show? Let me see here. Maybe... You know, maybe, just maybe, if I remember where it is, because sometimes it's hard to remember which one I'm looking for. Yeah, you know what? Why not? One last game. And yes, I'm going to keep turning it off and on like that every time I do this now. All right, one last game I'm going to show off. It's another compilation, just like Mega Man Anniversary Collection. I will say that much. Of course, maybe you may have heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's definitely one that I've always enjoyed. That is Sonic Mega Collection. It's also for the PS2 and the Xbox, just like Mega Man Anniversary Collection is, but this version is just the one I've always had, and I've had it since 2003, which was around the same time I got into the Sonic X anime. And so I am glad that I got this game when I did. So, of course, this is just a compilation of Sonic games that you can play. Well, mostly Sega Genesis games that revolve around Sonic or to some degree. There are a couple of them that need to be unlocked, of course. I think two of them right off the bat are Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 2 and Knuckles. Another one is Flicky, and then the other two, I believe, are Rice Star and Comic Zone. And for the love of God, I don't remember exactly how to unlock those ones. Well, I know how to unlock Flicky pretty easily, but let's just start at the beginning with Sonic 1, because why not? And yeah, it's going to save data for us, I suppose. I don't know. And this is, I think this is just a straight up port of the Genesis game. And yes, you can also put in the level select code, but I'm not gonna. This game looks amazing, though. I will say that much. I mean, even though I'm playing this on a... What's actually funny about this is that, there is this ROM I have of Sonic 1. It could be a ROM hack, I'm not sure. But it was called Sonic the Hedgehog GameCube Edition. Now, I don't know what that's all about. Maybe somebody could enlighten me? Maybe? Like, is there a difference between the regular Sonic 1 and the GameCube Edition? Because I don't know if there is a difference. It didn't look like there was any difference as far as I knew. But I think this was a good way to introduce a lot of kids to the classic Sonic games. And I think it was definitely good for Sonic fans who have been, fans of the Blue Blur since his first game. And I lost my shield. Now let's see if I can get through here without landing on the spikes. All right. And I think for the night, this may be the last game that I show for my GameCube collection. And if you have read the title of this stream by the time you watch this, it's a one-off thing. I'm not going to stream any more like this, at least not with this. I just plan on doing it just the one time, just because I got I got myself a GameCube, so I can record my GameCube games again and stream them. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, that's enough. No. That is not the goal. The goal is the emerald. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ugh, I don't like the way that audio sounded. Maybe it's because I have my headset turned up. Maybe, I don't know. And I did turn the capture software down to 20 so that it doesn't hurt my ears. Okay. I mean, this is really just more of a Green Hill Zone. I'm sure you're sick to death of it already. And I mean, I'm sure you would be. Now, I think oh god, maybe this was a mistake. Gotta wait for the other fish. Come on! Huh! Okay, so oh wait, what was I even gonna say? Oh, that's right. I could be wrong about this, but actually no, wait. I remember what I was gonna say now. While I think it was interesting that there were games you could unlock that weren't Sonic games, I don't think it was. Oh, come on. What is this? Do I really need some kind of wind up? Yeah, apparently so. All right. I thought it was cool that you got to unlock and play like certain Sega Genesis games that weren't Sonic games, but it was cool that they were included in this collection. However, one thing I can definitely say that a missed opportunity would be something like Golden Axe 3, or any of the Golden Axe games, really. It doesn't bother me too much, but I would have liked another brawler game that wasn't Comic Zone. Not that I don't like it, but there are better brawlers for the Genesis. Just saying. Just saying. Oh boy! Oh, because I didn't jump. Oh, and Sonic CD is not included in this. It totally should be. But it's not. It's hard to think I got only one comment throughout this entire stream, but that's okay. One's better than none. Oh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. Oh boy, come on with this now. Ooh. I gotta wait for it to turn all the way around. There we go. Now let's see if I can get the next emerald, because these are only going to get harder as I keep going. Oh god, Sonic, why you ooh, Sonic, why you do this to me? Why you give me heart attack, Sonic? Sonic, I thought we were buddies, man. I mean, you had a blockbuster movie earlier this year, and it was amazing. I've said before, or if I haven't said it before, I'll say it again, or I'll say it now. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie from 2020, from February, easily my favorite movie of the year. Now, where things will go from here, if the sequel does get made, I'm hoping it does. It better be made. I know the studio went bankrupt, but things will only get better from here, I suppose. Considering the Sonic movie got such positive reception. Oh, and the fish robots, the fish badniks, I'm sorry, don't appear. Don't pop up from from below me like they did in the last couple of levels. Gotta try and carefully make my way through here. Gonna spin dash through that. I mean, you technically do have the spin dash, but it just doesn't work in the same way that it does in later games. Because it's one of those things where you have to, oh boy, where you have to where you have to kind of do it as you're moving. I think it's a. Yep. Hey, I was right. You have to hit Dr. Robotnik. You have to hit Robotnik 8 times, or Dr. Eggman. Sorry, because I believe in the first Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance, it's kind of the same strategy. Okay, we've got about just 3 more minutes, and then I need to wrap this up. Ugh, Marble Zone. Oh boy. Not the biggest fan of this one, but then again, most people aren't. I've played worse, so get the ring. Now let's see if I can actually kill this caterpillar without. Okay, I was able to hit it without killing myself. Or kill it without hurting myself. Alright. I don't want to get cocky here. Alright, then go in here for some extra rings. Get the shield. Let's see if I can actually try to make it through the first act of Marble Zone and possibly, quite possibly, get the 3rd Chaos Emerald. I don't know if it's possible, but we can try it. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, getting another shield while you have one equipped doesn't do anything. Oh, God. I was also thinking, now that I'm thinking about it, at some point, because I actually have a downloaded ROM of it, what was it? This soccer game that everyone's been making a meme out of for a good while. The one, the Mundial Ronaldinho soccer. All right. All I have to do now is just get the third Chaos Emerald if I'm lucky. And I may not be. Oh, I may not be lucky. Come on. Where is it? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, Sonic, don't do this to me! It's fine. Oh, well. Better luck next time, I suppose. But I need to stop here because it's late and I'm done. I need to stop for the night. So those were just some games that I've had since my childhood, and it was nice to revisit them. So yeah, I may do full out Let's Plays of these games since I have them available to me now. But in the meantime, I think I'm just gonna stop for the night because I am seriously on the verge of passing out because of how tired I am. So, with all that said, everyone, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little romp through my journey of childhood memories on the Nintendo GameCube. Of course, as always, I'm Foxy Carnage, and I'm gonna make sure I stick to my word of getting both what was supposed to be this week's episode of Siphon Filter along with next week's episode ready at the same time so that I can have both of them ready and uploaded on Wednesday as per usual. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys whenever I decide to do another stream like this again. All right. Take care, everyone.